I am not transphobic. I am anti-hormonal therapy before puberty. I'm not homophobic, well, because I can't be. I'm not anti-immigration. I'm anti-open border because of number one problem, human trafficking and drug trafficking. I am not anti-abortion. I'm not anti-abortion. I'm anti-using it as a contraceptive and putting a limit on the time frame of aborting, not up to 9 months. I am for women and I am for the kids, but I can't be for them if there's an open border and trafficking is amongst us and there are people being abducted daily and trafficked and moved into cargo ships and trafficked underground and trafficked all over the world. I don't mind my taxes coming out to help the next person with food stamps, health insurance, housing, and all that. That does not bother me. It does not bother me at all. What bothers me is giving it to people who are coming here illegally, not knowing who is coming into our borders. I want my money. I want my money to go to American people who are struggling because I've been in that boat. And without it, I wouldn't be here today. I'm pro Middle East. You guys eat our food. You guys share our culture. You guys dance to our songs and listen to our songs on social media. Your friends, family, a lot of them are Middle East. And my mother and my father came here legally. They became citizens. They birthed me. I grew up in this country. It's not just about America. It's about the entire world and the people that immigrated to America and their families that still exist in their home countries. That's what's important. And the fact that our generations had to fight so hard to get to this land, to make a life, and to allow people to come in here at no expense. I am anti-mandated vaccine. How many people lost their jobs because they refused to get vaccinated because it was mandated? And then they reversed it and said, oh, you don't have to get it. Oh, you don't need it. It's still the same. Whether you get COVID or you don't get COVID, it could still be the same thing. It was just to lessen the symptoms. But how many people are vaccine injured? How many people have vaccine injury? I'm anti-propaganda against the media influencing and brainwashing and doing all these crazy things because they're trying to confuse the people. They already admitted that they influence people with their ads and stuff, and they put subliminal messages in between all this, and even in the music. I'm pro no taxing on tips. You know how many servers out there and how many people work for tips out there that don't really make great paychecks, but there's cheap people out there who say it's an option, not knowing that that person is actually serving you and doing something for you, and then they're going to get taxed on it. For example, if you go to a corporation and your bill's $200 and 20% is $40, but you tip $10, they still have to pay taxes and tip out as if you tip them 20%. So they actually lose that $10. Only $1 of it probably goes to them. I'm pro tax cuts for people who are caregivers to their family members and relatives. They deserve that because they're only getting paid $10 to $13 an hour to quit their jobs, to take care of their family members, and make nothing. Yes, they deserve a tax break. I'm against paying other people's student debts. I paid my debts. You pay yours. That's your choice. You do it. I'm pro healthy choices. I'm pro removing toxins from our food, our water, our soil, our air. That's what's causing you to be sick. That's what's causing you to go to the doctors. That's what's causing you to pay maximum out-of-pocket high deductibles. That's what's causing you to pay high premium insurance. That's what's causing you to pay for your medicine and going broke. That's what's causing that. And a narc, I'm not even going to say narc, a person who was an addict can get their medicines from clinics, but a person who has severe allergic reactions has to pay for 2 EpiPens, not 1, 2. I'm not racist, neither can I be racist when I have people of all walks of life in my circle. There's no way I am racist, and I'm not going to allow people to define me as that. I'm not going to allow people to define me as racist. I'm not going to allow people to define me as homophobic or transphobic or religious phobic. Same people preaching for equality and to be seen and to be heard are the same ones that are suppressing and oppressing the people who had a voice and spoke. Okay? When someone wins by popular vote, electoral votes, takes the House and takes the Senate, there's an issue. When Amish people go out, 150,000 of them go out to vote, there's an issue. When farmlands are being bought by billionaires so people of America can't buy farmlands to actually have farm and have land, there's an issue. When billionaires are building underground bunkers, there's an issue. When people are switching parties, there's an issue. When over 300,000 kids are going missing, there's an issue. When they're enforcing that Christians can't adopt or foster kids, there's an issue. When someone claims their religious freedom in a group of crowd and you deny it, there's an issue. When there's huge issues like Epstein and Diddy, there's an issue. When you're wishing people to be unalived, there's an issue. When there's a lot of wars on the brink, there's an issue. Let's not forget during COVID, the Trolls dolls that had an extra button on them that made noises of what a person would do in the bedroom in their own privacy. Let's not forget the LOL dolls that if you put in submerged in cold water instead of warm water where they revealed undergarments, that is something that you would see at a Playboy mansion. In the constitutional law, there are only 3 rules to become president. Must be over the age of 35 or something like that. Must have resided or have a legal citizenship in the U.S. and lived in the U.S. for an X amount of time. Those are the 3 rules. Nowhere in the rules of being president does it say they can't hire felons. It's actually in the top companies of jobs where they actually can be hired as felons. I'm going to post it. I'm going to post it so you can see what I'm talking about. And not that I'm supporting that, because neither party is perfect. This post can be political, but it's also not political. It's just you're a typical person who lost really good friends or really good people, and they know me. These are the people that come to me for advice. These are the people that come to me for help. These are people that I saw take my advice and actually succeed in their lives. These people are the ones who judged me and abandoned me. And it's okay, because God will remove those that no longer serve you. And they weren't serving me. And I'm not transphobic, but even if you convert into a different gender, when you die, your bones still say whether you were male or a female. Your tissues, your muscles, the breasts, all that goes away. The only thing that stays is your private areas. And if you change that, even if that goes away and deteriorates, your bones are still of your original gender. I don't know. This might be the last thing I post about any of this stuff, because there's no use. There's no point. I mean, last election, there was a lot of shit going on, and just never saw people wishing other people to be unalived. Wishing people cancer, wishing people fall on rocks and bleed out. Wishing people to have hurricanes and tornadoes that wipe them out. That their cities catch on fire. So all those people that were crying yesterday, what about that? What about those words that are actually, wow, what happened to freedom of choice, freedom of speech, freedom of religion?